You said something that the market's been drifting, and that really is exactly the case. In fact, I looked at where we were during showtime a week ago. I think we were within about 10 or 11 handles of where the SPX is right now. It's been a sideways market, and we started out the week with a bit of a sell-off, and yeah, people got a little, I guess, a little bit spooked, as I said last week, because we're at the same level. The S&P's up 10% year to date. It's only September, so we still got some room. Basically, I feel like people are comfortable. They're sitting on some gains. A move of 1 or 1.5%. Some people get a little bit spooked, but then the buyers sure come in. And that really is what we're seeing. Today was the same deal. Like, we sold off a little bit, and then all of a sudden, nope, we're going to go up. I also did a little write-up of kind of the index performance last month. And last month was really pretty interesting because S&P was up about almost 2%, but Russell was up 7% last month. And that's really very unusual, right? Russell's the small cap names. They're a little bit more interest rate sensitive. We probably have a rate cut coming, but there remains all sorts of brouhaha going on in terms of the makeup of the Fed and the control of the Fed. We really are just drifting. VIX under 16, so it's relatively mellow in terms of vol. And we do have employment tomorrow, so I think that you might see a little bit of choppy action just because I do think that people are a little bit nervous, not headline risk, and just the fact that we've had a very strong rally. Valuations are really pretty high, as most people know, at least by most of the metrics that people pay attention to. Low vol, we're up 10% on the year. I think it's a really nice time to kind of look for some hedges. And even if you just sit on the bid, you never know. We get a couple whipsaw moves and you'll get filled in a nice position that just kind of complements your core portfolio. And the market continues to be very busy. I just refreshed numbers. We're running 57.8 million contracts a day is the average for the year. August was looking really strong for volume at the beginning of the month, but it did quiet out towards the end. Plenty going on. There really is some pretty interesting sector and commodity action as well. And I feel like it's the sweet spot in terms of, well, it's not too low and it's not really too high either for trades to work both ways, right? Whether you're getting into something long or you're trying to harvest some premium, just depends on how you pick your spots and really how you manage those positions.